Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Robbie the Painter. I'm Robbie, and today's episode I'm so excited because we are going to do something different. And you're probably saying, Rob, you say that all the time. We're doing something different. There's a black canvas. You've done those before. Yes, we have done black canvas before, but not with spray paint and oil paint. We're going to do a combination painting today and see how that works. Not really sure yet. We'll find out. But let's come up here and I'll show you what we've got going. There's a thin coat of black gesso. We've got, this is an 18 by 24 canvas, pre-stretched canvas. I've got my paints up here, plus we've got some spray paints. So I'll run both of those right over here. And so you know what we're doing. Not using too many oil paints. And I've got my brushes. I've got a whole slew of stuff down here below, and I'll show you a picture of that right now. And that's what I'm using right there. So I took just a coffee can lid. This is a plastic lid. And I took a 3-inch drywall screw. You can use a shorter screw if that's all you have. I used a long one just to give, the longer the better on this. And you screw it through the center of the coffee lid. And you can see it poking through here. You don't want to screw it too far because you don't want it to puncture the canvas. We're going to hold that up there. We're using the screw to hold this, and we're going to put it up here. And so let's come up here to the canvas, and let's grab one of our spray paints. And we're going to use this greenish yellow color to start out with. And we're going to do an outline of a planet here. Well, try not to move that. Just want to spray around. Just want to spray around the edge of this. And then pull that off. Make sure you have windows open, ventilation, and that. It's going to get a little fumey in here with spray paint. But what we did was we got an outline for a planet. We're going to grab another color. And come across here. Actually, let's put a little more of that. Okay, and we've got some bronze color here. I went out to my workshop and I looked to see what spray paints I had. This is what I had. I'm using what I had. You might want to check what you have and use, you can use any colors you want on this. This is just what I had. We're going to come down here to the bottom edge of this planet and spray a little bit of that bronzy color and make sure I didn't spray too much. I don't want it dripping off the canvas. And then we're going to take, I'm almost out of this white. I'm going to take this white. And okay, I have some wax paper. We're going to lay this wax paper on this, press down. I'm going to take my fingernail and just kind of rub it back and forth. And let's peel that off. Set that aside. I'll grab this brown, this bronzy color. A little bit of the white. purple. Lay this back on. And pull it off. Okay. Maybe just a little more white up here. Oh, I'm not sure I want to mess with that. Grab my bronze. You have to do this a few times and back and forth until you get it the way something that you like. But what we're looking for is light on this side, dark around this bottom area. That's what we're looking for. Just kind of a fade up there. All right. Maybe a couple spots right there. Let's grab our template. Let's stick this back up. Right in there. Grab this yellow. Come right around the edge. Might get some on your fingers. It'll wash off eventually. Now we're going to fade it out this way. And off that way. We're going to pull that off. Okay, set that aside. Stand back. What do we have? We're going to let this dry for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back to it. Pretty cool so far. I like it. I'm just using a cheap little chip brush you buy at a hardware store. We're going to put some linseed oil all around the outside. Okay, now that we've got our thin coat of linseed oil over the whole thing, and we went over the planet too, and that gives us kind of a sheen over the whole thing. It's going to be a glossy effect, but we need this liquid clear on here because we're going to be going to our oil paints here in a second. Before we do that, dip into a little liquid white. Let's see if we don't mess this up if we come in here and add some more cloud stuff. Dipping into a little liquid white, just a little. Just around this. Okay, let's grab a dry 2-inch brush. Just going to soften that, making little circles. Little circles here. Maybe lift up here and there. Bringing that cloud in. I stand back and I look, and you do the same thing. See if you need anything. I like that. Okay, now we're going to take our toothbrush, which also has some of the liquid white on the end of it, and we're gonna pull back and flick some stars. Put as many stars as you want, or as few. Okay, we'll set that down. We'll call that good for our stars. Let's come into a little bit of Prussian blue. Well, let's put a little bit of Prussian blue, just swirl it around in an oval up here in the corner. Let's grab our liner brush and let's come into a little titanium white. Start in the center. Come around in a circle. Actually, let's go to our fan brush. Grab our fan brush. Want this to be a little more dramatic. Little galaxy off in the distance. Now we can take our liner brush, come into a little Indian yellow. Add a little more. Get quite a bit of Indian yellow on here. Let's mix in with that blue. We're going to have a greenish colored planet here. Dip into some titanium white. Let's put a couple dots here and there. And you can grab some red, you can grab whatever colors you want. Just put a couple planets up in your galaxy, and that'll look good. Grab our toothbrush. Let's come back up with the toothbrush and just flick some more stars over that galaxy. Kind of pushes it back. With a clean fan brush, we're going to come into some Van Dyke brown. Get quite a bit on your fan brush. I'm using a smaller fan brush and that. And we are going to put, let's put some little island shapes. Floating islands. Look like little tops. That's what we're going to make, is shape of a top. Kind of like a mushroom maybe with a sharper point. And let's see here. And we're just going to fill that in with, draw your shape out first. That little top shape, like a spinning top or a mushroom type shape. I'm not doing a round top, but yeah, kind of. And let's come down here. Make a little bit bigger one. Going right through our stars and everything. There's the top part of it. Now let's grab some more Van Dyke Brown, come under here, and we're going to make the bottom part. And fill that in. Let's grab our liner brush and let's come into straight titanium white and get a little on our liner brush. I'm trying a little bit bigger liner brush. Let's see how this looks. And let's come up to this middle one here. We're going to follow the edge, the outline of our little island. Just gonna put some highlights on this. Come back into some more titanium white. I'm gonna highlight this right-hand side of the top here. Stand back. Okay. A little more right on the, up here on the very peak and the top, where it's catching some of this galaxy shining on it on this right-hand side. A little bit of highlight on that one. Come over here, let's put a little highlight on this one on the right-hand side. This one's in the distance, not going to be as much detail. All right, I think I'm going to switch to my other liner brush. Just a little bit easier to use. Come into that titanium white, and let's come up here and follow this. That outline, kind of like the mountaintop of this floating island. So this is the top of our floating island, mountainy shape. We're going to keep the left-hand side fairly dark. Stand back. Ooh, kind of cool. You stand back and see what, what you see. Where does it need a little bright spot? And that, but we're going to keep most of the left-hand side fairly dark. Let's grab a clean fan brush. Let's grab a little bit of sap green, pull that out in the middle. A little bit of Indian yellow, a little bit of titanium white, quite a bit of titanium white. I'm going to mix up a little light green, yellowish green on our brush. Get a little of that on our fan brush. And let's figure out, we've got some grassy areas. Trying to get it to stick. All right, we're just tapping some of this light green on here. A little bit of land, a little bit of grassy area on this floating island. Maybe a little more out here. All the way out to the edge here. And I didn't mix this, these three colors, the sap green and the Indian yellow and the white. I didn't mix them up really to one solid color. That way we've got several, you know, kind of a bunch of colors. All three colors, not all mixed up. So you get a little bit of darker green, a little bit of that Indian yellow. Don't overmix your paint. You want to keep those colors kind of separate. Gives you more variety. Okay, like that. Let's come up to this other one. Same color. Let's put some little grassy stuff on this one. Okay, a little bit on this one. Again, this one's off in the distance. We don't see a whole lot of highlight on that one. We just know that it has some. Okay, now I think we're going to grab our liner brush, go into some titanium white. We're going to highlight the edge of this island as it comes down. And there's the end of it somewhere down there. And just adding titanium white down one side. Kind of blending that with, remember, we've got Van Dyke brown on there. So this white is mixing with the brown, and we're going to get a highlight here on this side. And we'll fade that highlight out more and more as we get farther out. Stand back. Another little highlight right through here. Leaving some dark areas. You notice when I'm using my liner brush and that I'm not filling everything in. So you want to leave some dark pockets. I'll stand back. Maybe this ridge is a little more defined right here. A little more of a highlight across. Maybe another one right underneath it. It's a floating island, floating landmass, so that's what we're doing. I saw a painter years ago, and there's probably there's probably lots of people doing this. You can thank my brother for this idea. He told me I needed to do some planets using spray paint, which I've done in the past. I wouldn't say they turned out great, but I've done that in my music studio out back, and that I did the entire wall black and then put planets and stars and stuff like that. I'll have to show you pictures of that. But my brother said, you need to do those kind of planets and then do some oil painting. And I told him on the phone the other day, I said, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if the two, I don't know. I'll try it. And so you can thank my brother for this. Thanks, Kenny. And for this shirt. And he didn't buy it, he made it. So I love my brother. Okay, let's come up to this one. We'll do the same thing. I'm going to highlight down the edge of this floating island. And you notice I'm leaving a little dark lip right here between the grass and where the highlight is. Dark against light, light against dark. If I made that light right up against that grass, you wouldn't see that transition line as well. And so that's why I'm doing that. We're just going to add a little bit of highlight on this one. This one's a little farther away. Not as much detail, but it still has some highlight on that side. Blend this just a little more as I step back. I don't want that white to be too bright. Another little thing right in there. Yeah, okay. Little tiny bit of white. Let's come up here and do this. Now, I'll keep on the same side that we've been doing. That's the right-hand side for the highlight. Take my palette knife. I'm going to scrape off a little bit of this green. Right here. Wipe that off. Just want to clear an area. We're going to do something else. Grab a little Prussian blue on our liner brush and come right over into titanium white. So I put Prussian blue and then titanium white. I did not mix it. It's just on the brush. And we are going to come up here to the top, across, and down. Grab a little more blue, a little more white. Down. And let's put in a little waterfall, little lake. Adding some Prussian blue. That's why I scraped off the green, because I didn't want to fight with too much color here. Blue and green makes a nice, blue-green, kind of like a phthalo green. But I needed to take some of that off. Okay. Just defining this waterfall just a little more. A little splashy stuff at the bottom where it's hitting. I'm going to have a crash. I'm just taking the titanium white, touching my, and I'll zoom in. I've probably already been zooming in, but I'll try to zoom in on these parts to show you what I'm doing. Let's grab our clean fan brush. Come into a little Prussian blue and a little titanium white. Pull that out. Quite a bit of titanium white. And let's come up here and figure out where our water drops. A little more water, or titanium white. And it just falls right off the canvas. And you don't want to do this too much. You want to leave these streaks, the initial streaks, when you come across and drop. Look at that. You know, you've got blue and you got white. If you keep going over it, you're going to get one solid light blue color, you know, and that. So you want to try to get it once or twice and leave it alone. And that. We don't know where the water's going. It's going off into space. You know, the painting really doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. It's our painting. And I did some floating islands with a planet in here, and I think we're about done with this one. So I'm going to grab a liner brush and go into this waterfall color, this blue and this white, and come down here in the corner. And we have sign painting. Set my palette down. This was fun too, right? Different. You guys probably weren't expecting something like this. Neither was I. My brother kind of set me in motion. He knows I like to do space scenes, and he said, well, why don't you use, you know, spray paint and try that. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. The channel's starting to grow, starting to get more subscribers, and I love it. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.